Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about my religion, which can be your religion too, because now that it's been announced, it starts to grow. There's going to be transparency about it. Since I'm the founder, I'm going to put out facts that are important for people to know. These things shouldn't be covered up, and they also shouldn't be dwelled upon. I'm putting out point-by-point information, but to match those points, to have the same quantity and balance, I'm putting out points about the idea. So it's not about the messenger, it's about the message. But you really can't have one without the other. Uh, it's just a matter of logic, it's a necessity. I have to say things about myself. So as I said, the video channels on here don't really have anything to do with the religion per se, because it's a real life religion. We've got to meet and get together, which was actually always the idea of the online community, but it never really happened. And I think hypothetically, if people knew that they were going to get involved with a new religion, there might have been a different outcome. People might have taken it more seriously. But as it was, people could always entertain the notion and then just drop out. You can't do that with religion. It's much more of a serious matter. So there's really my first point, the FAQ. And right now we do need frequently asked questions to be suggested. What are your questions? And what do you think are the preliminary questions that everybody would need to know? So suggest them. I'm giving you some of the ones that I already thought of, and the questions that already came in having to do with the just fundamental stuff, just your simple starting points. And that's the thing, why does it have to be a religion? Why am I saying that now? When I've always said along the way, I have a philosophy about all the organized religions in the world. And I have had an affinity to certain ones: Buddhism, Christianity, Baha'i, Islam, paganism, whatever it might be. I've talked about it in the past 7 years. But now, in the 8th year of being public, I'm saying that it's a new religion, but yet this is a real religion that's not a religion, because it includes all the other religions. So this is historical, because usually when you have a religion started, it doesn't say that. I know that we have a lot of modern religions in our very creative age. Some of them may say that. It's possible. I haven't really come across them. I'm not looking now, but I do expect you to be looking if you don't have a religion, and think about it. What appeals to you about a religion that does incorporate all the truth within every other major religion? It's appealing because it gives you a central view. It's a centric position, centrism. It's centralized. And I think that gives you really the best point of view if you're going to have a religion. And as far as the supernatural or what the religion is promising, we don't found ourselves on that. We found ourselves on what's tangible, the most practical things. It's about learning, and it's about improving yourself. But not only that, it's not about being selfish and egotistical. It's about what can I do to experience the group, the collective, as this thing grows. The religion will grow and expand, and it does have a future destiny, which we'll get into as the further teachings. The first fundamental teachings are, why does it have to be called a religion? What is a religion? So one of the most easiest answers is that people will take it seriously. Even the most skeptical people, even the atheists who hate religion, they also understand the object of their scorn. Religion is powerful. all through history, religion is given like this overblown, exaggerated importance. And indeed, that's what it's all about. Religion is like, well, what's so important to us? It's got God in it. It has like some that we want to believe into it. So that's the essence of religion and what attracts a person to belong to it. So that's the easy answer. The other answer is that when someone takes it seriously, such as myself, and they are going to belong to something that they're really looking for, that they have that need in their life, they want that, they want to belong to a group. This is commitment. I could say the same thing for relationship also, monogamy or any committed ongoing relationship, even if it's not just singular. Because we have many relationships in our lives. People just think, oh, or my romantic, my marriage, is only one. But you've got kids, you've got friends, you've got other family members, you've got business associates. These are all relationships. They all require commitment if they're going to be serious and if they're going to provide mutually. So I think that when you join up with a religion, the commitment is a very fundamental aspect to it. If a person is looking to make a commitment in their life, religion is usually what comes up. Although there are some competitive areas, the competition of career nowadays, because actually the religion is money. People don't commit themselves to anything else these days, they just commit themselves to money, the money religion. But I think that we're going to get a lot of people in this religion who have been disillusioned about the money religion. And they didn't even know they were in a religion. But I'm going to tell you, yes you are, yes you have been, you've been duped, or you did it knowingly, and you need to confess this. You need to be true to yourself and honest with yourself. If you're done with the money religion, you have room for something else. Make a commitment to a more important way of life. I'm not saying you give up money completely, because that's too difficult. Even I can't do that. Even the founder of the religion has not been able to do that because of very complicated reasons, but things that we're going to disentangle as we go along. And the goal of this religion, in fact, it's going to blow you away how much I can do, how much I can offer. And these are just claims. We want to see proof to them. But I'm going to declare right now that this religion will give our group the goal, the reachable goal of being able to live separate from the money religion, the money slavery, the money curse, which I've always said that it is, even in the videos. And I don't need videos to prove it, because you're not going to be dealing with me with video. If you're that kind of a person, forget about it. Just keep listening, but you'll never be in the religion. I need people to literally come to where I am to do a real life experience. Video is not real life. Video is virtual reality. I've done it, I've made it, I've proven my abilities here in the virtual realm, and I'm dissatisfied because it didn't do the higher level things that I was looking for. Hence the religion. Okay, so I did this experiment, I did the community, I was the first president of YouTube. They killed it off, they squashed it, and now I'm saying, who cares? I just did the video prior to this, kill your internet. It's not going to save you anyhow. It's just another religion. Watching videos is a religion, especially of the kids. They either belong to that religion or they belong to the video game religion, which they do through YouTube. They go between their PlayStation, their Xbox, to video watching of this video gaming, and then back to the gaming itself. It's the same religion. How many millions of your kids? Do you have kids? Do you have people in your neighborhood that have kids? Are you a teacher, or do you see this? This is what we've come to. You know, I used to pop a quarter into an arcade game, one of those big stand-up machines at the pizzeria or at the mall back in the 80s. That's when they first had them. I don't think they had them before 1980, 81, 82. Something around then was when they first invented them. But we used to go and, you know, after you play it for a few minutes, game over, pop another quarter in. So all of a sudden, your whole pocket of change is gone. You've spent $5, sometimes on a real bad day. But you spent all these hours playing video games, standing up there, you know, with the joystick. Today, they don't realize how much they spend. They're spending on electric, they're spending on the games, they're $50, $80. They're spending on the equipment, hundreds, thousands of dollars. They're spending hours and hours there and having to eat like junk food while they're playing it. Do you think they eat healthy when they're playing video games? Do you call Doritos healthy? This is a religion. And people want to know, why do I complain about the mainstream media? Why do I complain about the brainwashing? Why do I complain about the useless politicians that keep lying, lying, and lying? Because they don't do anything good. I'm telling you something that's good. I'm offering that to you. So let me back off a little bit here. Let me offer it to you here. Okay, I do get riled up, right? And I catch myself. Take a deep breath. This is a religion about self-help too. We want to encourage everybody to do the right thing. Make yourself healthy. Make yourself calm. When you get riled up and you're ranting, like I often do, I was called in the beginning the most feared man on the internet, and there's a reason. I've attacked people through video, and it's not a pretty business. Yeah, I've given people nightmares. But let's look at the lighter side. Let's look at the good that I've done. I've influenced how many thousands, possibly even more, of people that have really touched their life and showed them something that they needed to see about reality. This is the lighter side that I've done, the mastery, this spiritual. There's another term. Let's talk about that when we deal with the religion. Why is this a religion and it's not just a spiritual path? I'll give you the easy answer. I've always been a spiritual person because it gives you the independence of just doing things on your own, and nobody can tell you this is what it is. No one can force you to believe anything. That is the advantage of spirituality. Spirituality is what grew and blossomed because the organized religions became so corrupt and so rotten. They forgot their own truths. But what I'm saying now is that all the spiritual people need to come together, because what we lack is cohesion. We lack a group experience. We lack something to belong to, and we get lonely. I'm lonely, are you? And that's the easy answer for why this is a spiritual path, and coming on this spiritual path, we all can meet at this religion. Now we're going to do a lot of discussions on a lot of subject matter within this religion. In fact, that's the purpose of it. And then you're asking yourself, there's an FAQ that people have put out. Why not call it a school? Why does it have to be a religion? Well, you know, a school is just about education, and there's no aspect of faith. There's no real aspect of belonging to it. There's nothing where you make a commitment, because what schools do, they are a market, and they usually prepare someone to graduate and then move on to a career. That's what schooling does. And the religion, it doesn't do that. You will belong to it, and it will be a lifelong journey. That's how serious it is. Once you start making a commitment, you will see what it can do for you and what you can do for it. That is the great opportunity in religion. And unfortunately, It's been abused in all these other organized religions because they're old. Did you see the videos that I did in December and January? I did a series, if you want to look that up. Like I said, December and January of the past, about 6 months ago. I talked about the new. What's new? We've got to get rid of the old. We've got to clear the slate. That was a foreshadowing to you if you listen and you understand it now. This religion is new. Now, there's going to be a lot of things in this religion that are going to be permanent and they're going to be eternal. And I've already given you some of them in the basics. And there's going to be principles and there's going to be like rituals, things that we do that will always be a part of the religion so that you can trace it all the way back to the beginning. Now the great thing about this religion is that with modern technology, which I have my big issues with, even though I'm proficient with the machine, we need to harness it for recording things and making sure that we can have it as a documentary evidence to show the later generation. Even in 10 years from now, it'll be very important to see what it was like in the first months of this new religion. Such as this video, such as the first talks that we'll have. They will be written down and transcripted, and everybody will have their biological recording devices, so they have a perfect memory of it. We invoke that in our discussions. Pretty much our meetings and our religious service is going to be a discussion of certain topics so that we can gain knowledge together and that we can come to agreements. But at the same time, I give it this caveat that we must agree to disagree, because that keeps the minds active and fresh. So I've told you a lot. These are some of the first FAQs that you'll need, and as I said, I'm not trying to convert anybody on YouTube. I'm just letting you know for the transparency, and I'm getting ready to be more public. And if I can meet up with you somewhere, I will. If there's funding, if there's invitations, if people want to facilitate that, then I will come to where you are eventually. But I also always welcome, I always have put out the invitation, and I told you where I'm going to be, and you can come, and people have done that, people have communicated, and that's the way we've gotten things going in the beginning. So people probably have a lot of questions, but I've given you a lot to start with. Please make your comments, thumbs up, favorite, share this with all your friends, and say, hey, this guy started a religion, man. Hey, I gotta watch out for that. And maybe it's something good, maybe it's something serious. I think it is. Also, check to see if you're subscribed, because sometimes it gets unsubscribed and YouTube is flawed. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.